And welcome back to our Nine Darts, everyone, and here we are. The 2022 Ball Sports World Grand Prix is upon us, and it's that time again where we do the preview and predictions and look ahead to what possibly could happen at the Grand Prix and all the information you guys need to know at home, all in one place, so you don't need to go anywhere else. It's the world famous double in, double out tournament, but sadly again for the third year in a row we won't be at the City West in Dublin due to circumstances beyond anyone's control, like it has been for the last few years. But we head back to the Morningside Arena in Leicester, where Jonny Clayton claimed the title last year in that epic all-Welsh encounter. And look, plenty on the line this year as well. As we said, Jonny Clayton is defending the title and Gerwyn Price is defending the winner's check from 2 years ago. The world number one could slide to world number two if he doesn't defend a significant chunk of that money. But time will tell what will happen there. It's a cool £600,000 prize pool for the World Grand Prix this year, and the winner takes home £120,000 of ranking points. Look, it's just a good tournament, isn't it? It's unique, it's a leveler. That double in, it fries with the players' brains. We've seen many over the years not get to terms with the format, and if you haven't got a plan, you will come unstuck. That is for sure. Brutal first round. It's only best of 3 sets, so no time to get into the game. You have to be on it from the off, otherwise it will be an early exit from Leicester. And of course, it's a return to ranking action in the PDC, first televised ranking event since July when we had the World Match Play. The players have been off all over the world promoting the game at the World Series. So look, this is where they hone their skills. Players are already talking about Ali Pali. It's on their mind, and this is where they need to get it right. TV tournaments all over the place, heading to Muswell Hill, and this could be a real kickstart to their campaign. We're going to have a look at the Bookies favourites now. All odds are with title sponsors Boyle Sports, and Gerwyn Price is the 4-1 favourite as we record this right now. Of course, the odds can fluctuate and may be different by the time you watch this video, but Gezi is the Bookies favourite at 4-1. Joint second favourites, and they are huge prices for both players. Michael van Gerwen and Peter Wright, both 7-1 right now. Huge value on those two. Of course, Michael van Gerwen has won 3 TV tournaments of late, the Premier League, the Match Play, and one of the World Series events down under. Peter had some time off due to his operation, but bounced back and won on the Euro Tour as well. So maybe some value in those two prices for Michael and Peter backers. Last year's winner, Jonny Clayton, is 12-1. Some value there as well. Michael Smith, Luke Humphries, both priced at 14-1 as we speak. One that I look at and it just jumps out. He's not in the best of form, but James Wade at 33-1. We all know how good he is on tops and tens. A little bit of value there for the machine as he comes out of quarter number 2. And for those that fancy it, he still draws it in. Adrian Lewis looked somewhere near his best at the Euro Tour last week, 125-1 right now. Look, it could be interesting, could be some value there. But Gezi the favourite, Peter and Michael joint second favourites. They are the 3 to watch with the bookmakers. Of course, how we got to this field is the top 16 on the order of merit, and then the top 16 on the Pro Tour order of merit. And Ross Smith just snuck in, didn't he? He was the last one to qualify at the Euro Tour in Belgium last week, so he pinched 16th spot from Roby John Rodriguez. First round ties, and this was an absolute brutal first round draw, one of the worst I've ever seen. Worst if you're a player, great if you're a fan, because there are some mouth-watering ties. I'm going to give you my 5 picks of round 1. First up, it is Bully Boy Michael Smith against Nathan Aspinall. Look, this is going to be a good game. They both gel stylistically. They've had some battles over the years, and I'm looking forward to this one. The Asp getting back to somewhere near his best, and we all know what Bully Boy can produce. An absolute belter for the fans. Not for either of them two. And then 2 form players right now. Jonny Clayton dipped a little bit, but he's starting to find it again. Mr. 1-4-1 as he was last week against Dirk van Dijvenbode. Look, for both players, this is a horrid tie. Again, for the fans, amazing, but we're seeing it this early on over such a small format. We'd love to see it over a best of 7 sets, wouldn't we? But unfortunately we won't. It's a first round tie. Then the El Clasico of darts. Look, this game still has appeal. Michael van Gerwen against Gary Anderson. Yes, Gary is not the Gary he was 3 or 4 years ago. He's not in particularly good form, but when him and Michael meet, it just gets the juices flowing. And look, it's a standout tie. It's a round 1 tie, where this would have been a final 4 or 5 years ago. Look, looking forward to that one immensely. Then my other two, these were a bit more difficult to pick, but I'm really looking forward to Jose de Souza against Adrian Lewis, mainly because the renaissance we saw from Adrian Lewis at the weekend. If he can find that form, this should be a really, really tasty game. And one that's intriguing is Rob Cross against Daryl Gurney for me. Rob Cross is one that has openly struggled with this format. He says it himself. He hasn't got his head around it, and Daryl Gurney is just starting to get back to some winning ways. There's signs that Super Chin is on the up. So again, really, really intrigued by this game. It's that time where we have to pick a winner and predictions time. Look, for me, Gerwyn Price does come through the top half of the draw. He is the standout player for me in that whole first half of the draw. He's the #1 seed for a reason, and I think he gets to the final. We'll see if he wins it shortly. But the rest of the draw, on the other half particularly, section 3 is just car crash. We have Peter Wright, Jonny Clayton, Dirk van Dijvenbode, Dave Chisnell, Dimitri van den Berg, all in the same little mini quarter of the draw. Whoever comes through that thoroughly deserves it and may have to play the darts of their life to come through that one. MVG missing a lot of doubles at the moment. Double in tournament, maybe not the best, but his scoring has been there. If he can just tighten it up, and he's in a favourable little section. Look, he will probably meet Luke Humphries in the quarterfinals if we go to form and MVG comes through that Gary Anderson game, and he then play the winner of Stephen Bunting or Brendan Dolan. Look, it could have been a lot worse. We've seen some of the players floating around in these draws. So I think MVG will make the semi-final. I'm going for it. I'm going for the ranked 1 and ranked 3 players in the world at the moment. I'm going to go for a Gerwyn Price, Michael van Gerwen final, but I think Price gets the better of MVG. Look, Gerwyn Price is brewing at the moment, isn't he? We've seen some special stuff. It took a brilliant blitz from MVG to beat him in the match play. Gezi, of course, won the World Series final just a few weeks ago. I think the world #1 retains the ranking money and adds another Ball Sports World Grand Prix title to his list. Comment below who you think will win the Ball Sports World Grand Prix, which starts on Monday the 3rd of October. We cannot wait, and of course, as Online Darts, we will be there keeping you up to date with everything, all the reaction as it happens, previews, the full lap bar returns, where Sarah from Ball Sports will be joining us every night as well. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn notifications on so you don't miss anything, and all our other social media platforms. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform you are on, make sure you give us a follow. I've been Phil Bars, looking ahead to the 2022 Ball Sports World Grand Prix. Thanks for joining us here at Online Darts.